Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Welcome on behalf of AWC Committee. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to today's webinar on academic writing for publication. And we are truly honored to have Professor Ahmed as our distinguished presenter. Professor Ahmed is a professor of pharmacology and toxicology at the Faculty of Pharmacy. He earned his Ph.D. through a joint program with the Ohio State University, USA. His research focuses on oxidative stress, chemical toxicity, anti-inflammatory mechanisms, and drug safety. Professor Esmat has supervised over 30 M.Sc and Ph.D. students, and he has published extensively in peer-reviewed international journals. And he has, mashallah, accumulated over 2,300 citations with an H-index of 31 on Scopus. And since September 2017, he has also served as an associate professor at the Department of Clinical Pharmacology, Faculty of Medicine, King Abdulaziz University, Saudi Arabia, where he contributes to international academic and research collaborations. And we are delighted to have him share his expertise with us today on effective strategies for academic writing and publication success. Please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Professor Ahmed. Over to you, Professor Ahmed.
Thank you, Dr. Rabia. Thank you very much. I am delighted to welcome you all at this presentation, Academic Writing for Publication. Whatever you are ready to draft your first manuscript or just want to improve your writing skills, I wish you could benefit from this workshop. But before we start, I just want you to have a look about your background. Can you scan, please, this QR code and make the possible choice for your academic level if you are postgraduate students or staff members or other? Can you do it now? Who will win at the end? It's okay. It's okay now. It seems that the postgraduate students represent the majority, and it's okay because this workshop is primarily directed to postgraduate students. Okay, but you are very welcome. Any staff member or any other participant is welcome to join this workshop. By the end, it's okay now. It's okay. By the end of this workshop, the participants should be able to define the essential structure of a scientific manuscript in the format of IMRaD, introduction, methods, results, and discussion. Identify effective writing strategies to improve the clarity, and we will apply some practical skills. We apply some tutorials in the last part. The first two objectives will account for about 40 to 45 minutes. And the last objective, third one, will be about 15 to 20 minutes at the end. First of all, before we start, just scientific writing, it is used for documentation and sharing scientific knowledge. What is scientific writing? It is about scientific research written by you as professional researchers for other researchers, but it should be published in peer-reviewed journals. This is a very important issue, to publish in peer-reviewed journals, because publishing helps disseminate research and improve its visibility and impact. Without publication, the visibility and impact of your research is much minimal. It is very minimal. And it is not enough to write a thesis and put it on the shelf. It is very important that you improve this visibility and impact, and this will you will gain your university and yourself will gain impact by in the form of citations and H-index and like that. But there are some common barriers that can appear, such as unclear structure. You don't know exactly how to write. Weak English. This is doable actually by reading more and more papers before you start writing in your specialty. Poor journal choice, and this is another option. I can do workshop for this, how to select the proper journal for your publication based on the indexing on Web of Science. This could be the advice from your supervisor primarily. Okay, but we are trying now to clarify the structure of scientific writing. To start, the first objective, the primary structure of any research article is IMRaD. Introduction, methods, results, and discussion, conclusion. Before introduction, there's a title and abstract. After discussion, there will be the references. But the main backbone of the research article is introduction, methods, results, and discussion. So you can see from this simplified diagram that you start wide, become focus, and then become wide again. This is very important in your writing, actually. Well, I'll try to be to the point without excessive talking a lot. We'll start. What is the introduction? The introduction of your manuscript is to justify the study and define the aim. The introduction writing strategy, it looks like a funnel structure. You know the funnel? The funnel structure, any funnel which is used for separation of any compounds which are not dissoluble, start wide, become focus, narrow, more narrower, and then you reach the neck of your funnel in the research aim. Okay? These are the main points should be included in your introduction. Why this research is important, what is already known, what is not known, why it is important. Is it important to learn new information? And you end with the research aim. Can we get example, applied example? If you are trying to do to test a certain natural compound to treat or to some of the complications of diabetes, for example. So this research is important because of diabetes. Diabetes mellitus is a global burden. It has a global incidence, and in Saudi Arabia, it has also local high incidence. Okay, diabetes itself has many complications. One of them, for example, is impaired wound healing. There is the wound healing in diabetic patients may take months or years to heal. So you can write about the wound healing in general and specify why wound healing is delayed in diabetic patients. What is not known about this topic? There is some pathological pathways, some important enzymes, important proteins that can accelerate this wound healing. The current treatment may not be sufficient, may not be effective enough, may have more side effects. So there is a need to search for new compounds, maybe of natural origin, which have fewer side effects or may become more potent in accelerating wound healing. Therefore, the aim of current study was to test or to investigate the potential beneficial effects of compound X, whatever, in diabetic patients, if you go clinical study, or in animal model of diabetes, if you will go and if you run animal study. Okay, this is an applied example of how can you write the introduction. Remember this funnel structure. You start wide, become narrower, and then reach the neck by your aim. The method section is very important to ensure reproducibility and transparency. If any other researcher carry out the same experiment on the same animal model or in the same patient using the same kits or chemicals you used, he should get comparable results. So this is reproducibility. Yeah, and it is important to write everything in a reproducible and transparent manner. What are the main items in the methods section? Number one, the study design with ethical approval if your study is on human patients or animals. Okay, study design, it outlines the main structure of your study, the starting point, the treatments, how treatment will go, and then the end of your treatment. It is very important to approve your study in advance before starting your actual practical work by the institutional ethical committee. It is very important for publication of any study on human patients or on animals. Very, very important. Then the paragraph on the participant or animals. Participant mean the patient themselves. What about the patient? What is the age? What is the nationality? Saudis, non-Saudis? What is the demographic data generally? What is the inclusion and exclusion criteria? For animals, what is the species of the animal? Rats, mice. What is the age? What is the weight? Where animal were acclimatized, and so on. Then any chemicals or instruments used in the experiment should be mentioned with their origin. What is the company and what is the city and the country of industry. It's very important to write all of them. What is the catalog number, even the catalog number for materials or the model number for instruments. Okay, it is very important. Then the procedures. The procedures, suppose that you will measure 5 or 7 to 8 parameters, whatever. From you will order them from 1 to 8 to help your aim. Okay, this order is very important later on in results and discussion. The last paragraph, any one of any student, any postgraduate who read any paper before he write, he will find a simple paragraph at the end of the method section describing the statistical analysis used in this study. Data are presented as mean plus minus standard deviation. What is the statistical analysis used? Is it ANOVA? Is it t-test? Is it chi-square? Whatever is it, whatever. It depends on what is the level of significance and so on. So it is very important to write all these details at the last paragraph of the methods. Okay, so this is the method section, should include all of these parts. After that, the results should be represented actually in the same order as you stated in the methods. I said before that I have about 8 methods, 8 procedures from 1 to 8. So I should describe the results in the same order. From 1 to 8. And the results should be either in tables or in figures. Not all results are tables, not all results are figures. Just use a combination of both tables and figures. And when we write a text about to describe these results, for example, this numerical data, it is very poor just to write the number in your text. Yani, you can write this ALT, this alanine transaminase, one of the biomarkers for hepatic function. You can say this control group, and somebody can write, it was 552 unit per liter, while upon injection of the inducer, it elevated to 18 unit per liter, then dropped to 88 and 66 upon treatment. This is very poor. This is very poor in your writing your results. You have to describe these results in different ways. For example, you can, for me, the current study, while assessing the effect of compound whatever X on the hepatic function, the 3 biomarkers ALT, AST, and ALP were assessed. As for ALT, there is more than 2-fold significant 2-fold increase in elevation of ALT level compared to the control group, indicating hepatic toxicity. However, treatment with these 3 drugs, 3 doses of the drug under investigation, resulted in maybe dose-dependent reduction or amelioration or alleviation of ALT level by kaza and kaza % compared to the disease group. Okay, then you don't need, there is no need to add the numbers as it is. It is very poor to add the numbers as it is. Just you have to describe, And this comes from reading before you write. Sometimes your supervisor may provide you with a model thesis or model paper just to use as a guide before you write. This is very important. This is very important. One of the supervision tasks, how to learn, how to teach your student how to write based on a model paper. Just to give him you have to ask the advice from the supervisor, and then ask him for a model paper you can to write based on this guidance. Okay, so this is very important in the results. One common mistake in my students, especially among my students, is to interpret results in this section. No interpretation of results in the results section. You just describe the results as they are. Don't say this is high. This could be due to Kaza. This could be explained by Kaza. No. This is not a part of the results. This is a part of the discussion. Always avoid overlapping between discussion and results. The part of discussion, it used to interpret findings and the link to literature. For example, I will summarize my findings or the current findings in simple statement, and then, for example, from the last results, we can see here that treatment alleviated hepatic function. It's okay, and it is good. It's hepatoprotective. So you don't need to repeat the same phrases here. But in discussion, you can say that the current compound has a hepatoprotective effect as appeared from mass alleviation of hepatic biomarkers in serum. This could be this was in harmony with previous results of X et al. 2025-2023, who stated that, and so you can write on this model in different models, different compounds. Okay. However, it was in contrast with whatever et al. So you compare your results with previous results, either in harmony with or in contrast with this one, and then to see the implications at the end. You can interpret each category of each result you have. Then after that, you have what is the implication on your results, how to connect between your ideas in this discussion part to reach the final conclusion. And this final conclusion should reflect the aim you stated in the introduction. The final conclusion actually is the answer of your aim. If your aim is the question, but the conclusion will be your answer. Please don't use the same phrases in result section in discussion section. There is a very common mistake overlapping between results and discussion. I will show you some examples, applied examples during this presentation. This was the basic backbone of the research article structure, IMRaD, introduction, methodology or methods, results and discussion. What about at the start, at the front page of the paper, you have the title, abstracts, and the keywords. Actually, I'll show you by application, actually. So let's go on and again come back. This is an example of publication in European Journal of Pharmacology, 2024. This is old, one of my group. Here, the abstract actually gives either good or a very bad impression about the manuscript. Okay, it is the original image of the manuscript from the abstract. The journal, most of the journals instructed that the abstract should be not more than 200 words. Some journals maybe accept up to 250 words, but most of the journals state that the word limit will be 200. Here, the title should be concise and informative. So let's read this article. Chrysin alleviates acute doxorubicin cardiotoxicity in rats via suppression of oxidative stress, inflammation, and apoptosis. From this title, I can detect the tested drug, the model, animal model, the animal species, and the proposed mechanisms of protection. So the title should be informative. Okay, from this title, I can detect that. Now, when you see the abstract here, I highlighted here the aim and conclusion. Before the aim, you add 2 or 3 statements from the introduction to reach the aim. What is the aim? The aim to investigate whether chrysin could protect against DOX-induced toxicity and what is the molecular mechanism. So when you write the conclusion, you have 2 questions. What is the effect and how is the effect? So the effect, the finding indicate that chrysin possesses a potent protective effect against DOX-induced acute cardiotoxicity via suppression of suppressing stress, inflammation, and apoptotic tissue damage. So the conclusion must reflect the aim. In between, you put your results in concise manner. The total number of words, I think not more than, for most journals, not more than 200. This is a type of abstract, which is 1 paragraph abstract. Other journals may have to use what's called structured abstract. Structured abstract means you have subtitles in the abstract. What is this? Is another paper in Journal of Ethnopharmacology. Here you will find that this journal template has structured abstract, has subtitles. You can divide the abstract into subtitles. Okay, whatever the journal you publish in, the abstract should be concise and informative. Also, here مثلا the title, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activities of major phenolics from Zygophyllum simplex. Here I can detect that there are isolated compounds from this plant. So there is isolation from this plant and this testing for the activities of these isolated compounds. So it is a double effort. This is not the testing the plant extract itself, but it tests the 2 different activities on major phenolics isolated compounds from this plant. Okay, so back. The title should be concise and informative. The abstract is a mini version of your paper, may be structured or not. Word count limit depends on the journal. The keywords enhance discoverability and indexing. For example, you add these keywords here: cardiotoxicity, doxorubicin, chrysin, oxidative stress, inflammation, apoptosis. Here, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, flavonoids, and Zygophyllum simplex. You add these keywords so anyone who can search for these keywords, your application appear to him on research. So by this way, we covered objective 1. Wrap it up. Objective 1, what is the basic structure of your manuscript, research article, introduction, methods, results, discussion. The introduction, remember the funnel structure. The funnel structure when you write the introduction. The method should be reproducible and transparent and cover certain procedures. Okay, the order of your procedures in the methods should be the same order when writing your results, should be the same when you are interpreting your results in the discussion. The order of procedures, or of parameters, should be the same. Okay, if you have 8 parameters measured, so then you have to describe these 8 parameters in the same order in the result section, then interpret the same 8 parameters in the same order in the discussion. Okay. Moving to objective 2, the writing strategy. This actually need training, because when the first draft, usually the first draft of any publication, actually 40 to 50% accurate. Actually, as a supervisor, I found it. There are common mistakes. The use of redundancy. Avoid redundancy means you repeat the same phrases in different situations. You repeat the same idea between introduction and discussion. Don't repeat. Just focus. Just you discuss certain idea. Just join it or connect it to another idea. Don't repeat the same phrase. It is poor English that allow you to repeat certain phrase. Some students or some people, some researchers put certain 1 or 2 statements at the description of each group of parameters in the result. This and just change the keywords, and change numbers, but you can find the same phrase. This is redundancy. This is very poor indicator. Avoid redundancy. it is more effective to use passive voice instead of the active in scientific writing. This could be explained based on it has been shown that it has been detected that and so on. This is more convenient for scientific writing. I told you the logical flow and paragraph structure. Sometimes you can find one paper, one page, one paragraph in one page. It is not good. At least each page should have two paragraphs, at least two paragraphs per page. Each paragraph should describe certain idea. Paragraph means that you discuss certain idea, and then you transfer to another idea, then you have a new paragraph. Okay? This is a structure of these paragraphs. Any paragraph should describe certain idea, one idea. And then when you connect to another idea, you start another paragraph. The common mistakes, the very long sentences. Believe me, there is a direct relationship between the length of your statements and the probability of mistakes and errors. Okay, in scientific writing, try to be as short as you can to avoid the probability of mistakes and errors in your sentences, okay? The very common mistake, results discussion overlapping. Remember that in the results section, I just describe that the results I got in different way from that stated in the tables or figures. But in discussion, I interpret the results, not to describe them. I interpret. I bring, and as I said before, there's very common mistake among students to overlap between results and discussion sections. Okay, let's say examples of realistic reviewer comments from journals. I will show you one comment for when you submit your paper for a journal. You could have minor revision, you could have major revision, you could be rejected from the first time. Okay, example, this is realistic examples, just we can read and apply for it. I just removed the details for confidentiality. The manuscript, and this is reviewer, revision number 1. This is for minor revision. See, the manuscript entitled whatever, investigate the beneficial effect of X drug in an animal model of alcoholic liver disease. In my opinion, this is the reviewer writing. The current data provide evidences for the suggested mechanism. The overall manuscript is well written in good English with updated references. Nevertheless, nonetheless, the authors should address the following minor considerations. Sure, this is by application. You can learn by application. I will comment that it's obvious that for any reader that the words we and our were repeated 15 and 6 times respectively. And the reviewer counted the word we and our in the current manuscript. I think it could be more convenient to rephrase such sentence to be in passive voice, which is more suitable for scientific writing. This is one comment. Don't use the we and the our. Don't say in our study. Say in the current study, in the present study. Don't say we. Just make it a passive voice. The aim is not clear in both abstract and introduction. Please rephrase and unify in both. This is a very important, the aim. In methods, please provide the catalog number for any kit, chemical, antibody, stain used in the current manuscript. It's very important to add these details for transparency and reproducibility. As I said before, when another researcher uses the same kit on the same animal model, okay, he should get comparable results. Okay. Kindly add a suitable reference for whatever scoring criteria. Any scoring criteria, any method should have reference, suitable reference for that. The figure here is too pale. Please enhance saturation and resolution. This is a very common mistake, common error among the students, that they cannot adjust the resolution of their figures, and this may need the help of your supervisor in this. I think by Adobe, maybe, for example, Adobe Photoshop, you can, after assembling your figure, you can use Adobe Photoshop to enhance the resolution. Most of the journals accept only at least 300 dpi resolution. dpi is dot per inch. This is the unit for resolution. 300 dpi is the minimum. You can adjust for 600, 900, 1200 based on the your figure. This can be done by image softwares, which can adjust the resolution to avoid any to increase clarity of your figure. This is an example of a minor revision. See another example of major revision. Here I just focus on the general comments, notes, very scientific deep comments in its paper. The aim should be rephrased to be clearer. Also, it should be unified with both abstract and introduction section. Please avoid the words we and our and replace them whatever the current study, the present study. This is very common in different manuscripts. Revision. Please write the catalog number for ELISA kits and antibodies used in this study. Okay, here we have another very common mistake. All references for methods are not appropriate except reference 15 for protein assay. The authors should have cited the reference that invented the analytical method, not the reference that used the method as one of its parameters. When you write the reference for any method, don't write the recent reference, which is just user for this. Just look for the original reference who invented this method. This is very important, very important. For example, and the reviewer gave the authors some examples for that. MDA was first measured by Yokohama and Mihara in 1978. SOD activity in 1984. Catalyst activity by 1984. Histopathology, Bancroft et al. 1996. So please look for the appropriate references. It is not the updating your reference. You can update your reference. Use the most recent references in your introduction, in your discussion. But in the methodology part, you should use the original reference that invented this method. It's very important, a very critical point. Results. See here, poor description. I expect that manuscript was written by non-native English speaker. It is highly important to revise the manuscript generally and the results section specifically for poor writing and many editing mistakes. Okay, so this is a very common in results. This is one of the poor writing can be one of the comments that could reject the paper for it. Okay, here also you can see any figure must be self-explanatory. Any figure in addition to the resolution, high resolution, the figure legend under any figure you write should have full details of this figure, so that if I just have a screenshot of this figure or table and the legend under it, I can understand everything without the urgent need to go to the text. This is very common rule that the figures and tables must be self-explanatory. Okay. Discussion generally acceptable except for the break of some long sentences. Please cut them into short sentences, 3 to 4 lines maximum. Now, in addition, I realize that the discussion part has very long paragraph that may extend into 2 pages. Based on the discussed idea, paragraph should be separated into shorter ones. I told you before that each paragraph should discuss one idea. Okay, avoid long paragraph. Avoid long sentences in scientific writing. It is not acceptable and usually accompanied by mistakes and errors. This is another revision 3 for rejection. This is for rejection. This is paper was rejected from this reviewer. Initially, the authors should have outlined the whole experimental design in the initial paragraph. That means that there is no experimental design in the results section. There's no experimental design. Here, the redundant phrase, experiments were performed in triplicate on 2 different days at least. That means that the authors used this statement, repeated this statement every time, and a lot in the manuscript. So actually, try to avoid any redundancy. Try to avoid. Don't use the same phrase more than 1 or 2 times in the manuscript. Just rephrase to avoid this redundancy. The redundant phrase, experiments were performed in triplicate in 2 different days, at least in this manuscript. The authors put this phrase in every paragraph in the results section, and it is not acceptable. For example, Also, the tables and figures should be self-explanatory. There is no data. Missed information should be added in all lesions. The number of groups, the statistical analysis used, the samples of significance, all of this should be put under the figure or under the table. It is highly important to revise the manuscript generally, and there is also the same section specifically. The weakest point is in the results section, because you write it from scratch based on your results. For poor writing, many sentences need to be rephrased to avoid redundancy again. So these common mistakes I said before: avoid redundancy, results discussion overlapping, weak conclusion, and so on, over long sentence and introduction. All of these can have very bad impact on your manuscript, actually. And I give you 3 examples, actually 3. One for minor revision, and one for major revision, and one for the rejection of the submission. Okay, just I want you to know from the realistic comments of these reviewers why the papers may be rejected from the first time. Now we have finished in 40 minutes now the objective 1 and 2. We are on time. Here, objective 3, based on what I have said, please try to take screenshot of this abstract, all of you, and another abstract. I will get again this abstract, training abstract 1. This is training abstract 2. Again, training abstract 1. Take a screenshot of this. Training abstract 2. Now, I give you 10 minutes just to scan this QR code, identify the weakness of in the following poor abstract examples, and share few revised statements and give quick feedback. Yeah, just I don't want you to write the whole abstract. Just each one of you can pick one abstract and then identify the weak points in this abstract and try to solve 1 or 2 statements. Okay, you have 10 minutes now to do this. Please, you have 10 minutes. It is now 7:40 till maybe 7:50, and your input will appear on this screen. Okay.
Thank you, Professor Ahmed. Can you take us back to the abstract so people can take a screenshot?
Okay. Back again. Just take screenshot of abstract 1. Just you want to just focus on each one of you can focus on only one abstract. This abstract 1. This is abstract 2. In your response, just write abstract 1 and weak points and your improvement in 1 or 2 statements. Okay, this abstract 2, again abstract 1. Then you can appear, your response will appear here.
Professor Ahmed, you are not audible. Can you open your mic?
Professor Ahmed, could you please make sure the microphone is on? Because we can't hear you.
Hello? Hello? You can hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
we can hear you now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think the system, okay, it's okay now. So here, I'm very happy with your comments, actually, because that means that you understand my point of view in writing clear abstract. Actually, the abstract is the last part to be written in the manuscript, but actually it's the first part in the front page to be read by the reader. So writing good abstract has good image, provide good image for your picture, for your manuscript. Sometimes you can find papers not open access yet. You have to pay for it. If you have read a good abstract for this paper and you really feel that this paper can benefit you, you can pay for it and get the full text. Okay, so the abstract provide a good image about the paper as a whole. So it is very important not to ignore writing a good abstract. Here are the original abstracts in which here the original abstract one for the training abstract one. Here, this is original abstract which is specific and specify the aim and specify the conclusion and so on. Okay, these are the original abstracts. Chemo brain refers to a common effect experienced by cancer patients with chemotherapy. Dr. Robinson has implicated in cognitive function. Astaxanthin, a natural occurring carotenoid, has antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and apoptotic, anti-apoptotic activities. Therefore, the aim of current study was to investigate the potential neuroprotective and memory-enhancing effect of astaxanthin against DOX-induced behavioral and neurological abnormalities. Briefly, these are the results. Then, in conclusion, these findings suggest that astaxanthin offers neuroprotection against cognitive impairment, which could be explained at least partly by its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory and anti-apoptotic effect. That usually, and remember my word, the conclusion is the answer of your aim. The conclusion, try to be specific in your aim and try to be specific in your conclusion. Okay? And this is the original abstract 2. Liver diseases take a lot of pictures, a lot of the acute hepatotoxicity. This is chronic hepatotoxicity. Some chronic hepatotoxicity appear in the form of liver fibrosis, the lie of cabin, liver fibrosis. These are the model of liver fibrosis. So it is not sufficient to say just liver disease. Liver disease in science means nothing. Nothing. You should be specific. Which type of liver disease? Do you have fatty liver, or liver fibrosis, or liver cirrhosis, or hepatocellular carcinoma, hepatic cancer? So these are different forms, different stages of liver disease. So you have to specify. If you carry out your experiment on a liver disease model, you have to specify which model or which disease you are working on. Okay, so this is very important. Again, try to see the aim here. Therefore, the aim of this study aimed at investigating the possible antifibrotic effect of lycorine. This is a drug against thioacetamide-induced hepatic fibrosis in rats, and at elucidating the possible mechanisms. So, collectively, lycorine hinders TAA-induced hepatic fibrosis in rats due to at least antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and along with its ability to inhibit what is called STAT3 signaling. This is a molecular pathway implicated in hepatic fibrosis. So again, the aim is your question, and the conclusion is the answer of your question. Try to be specific for the aim in aim and the conclusion. But to summarize the key points, I suggest to make it in the form of MCQs. Just we can answer with each other. Okay, just instead of the key points 1, 2, 3, 4, we can get it from these MCQs. Okay, which of the following is the correct order of sections in a scientific manuscript? If take IMRaD, IMRaD means introduction, methods, results, and discussion. Some journals, very minor journals, they can put the methods section at the end. So some journals, it's very specific for these journals, they ask the authors to write introduction, results, discussion, and the delay the method section to the end. Move the methods to the end of your manuscript. This is not common, but it okay. But when I ask about when you have to write the paper from the beginning, you have to get the correct order. IMRaD, introduction, methods, results, and discussion. The second key, what is the main purpose of the introduction section? What is the main purpose? Is to present all results in details? No. To explain what is already known, identify the gap, and state the objective? Yes. To interpret the findings and to compare with other studies? No. This is discussion. To describe the study design and participants? No. This is the results section. So here, the introduction section explain what is already known, identify the gap, and state the objective. Which of the following should not be included in the results section? Should not be included to avoid overlapping. Data presented in tables and figures, it is included. Statistical outcomes, p-values, confidence interval, it is included. Interpretation of results, no. This is a very common mistake. There is very common mistakes. Interpretation of findings in the context with other studies, there is very common mistake. Descriptive text summarizing the main finding, it's the main text body of your results section. Here, interpretation of findings should not be included in your results section. Key number 4, a good abstract should be a good abstract focused only on background information? No, it is not sufficient. Long, detailed, and full of technical jargon? No. Concise and reflective of the main findings? Yes. Written in a narrative style without results? No. So the abstract should be concise and reflective of the main findings. And this we saw this from the application we read. Which of the following writing strategies improve clarity and readability? Using passive voice and long sentences? No. Best long sentence? No. Avoid any long sentence. Avoiding redundancy and jargon? Yes. Including every detail? No. Not every writing results and discussion together in one section? No. No, it is not. I want to see here to tell you that in King Abdulaziz University, the thesis template for King Abdulaziz University states that the results and discussion as one section, but in our faculties or in the medical faculties, we put two subtitles actually. Results, the section, the chapter is results and discussion, but the subtitle results, and then after that discussion. Okay, it is not good to add the result and discussion to the same text part. Okay, so even if the template asks you to add the result and discussion in the same section, you can divide into two subtitles, results and discussion. Okay, but here avoiding redundancy. don't use the same phrase or the same statement at the beginning of each paragraph. It is very poor English, very poor writing, okay? And again, you can benefit from the AI. Okay, but don't use the AI itself in your writing because it can be detected by plagiarism software, and if detected, your manuscript will be rejected. Okay, you can use AI tool, any AI tool you can use as to assist you as your assistant, but don't let it to replace you. Okay, any AI tool should assist you in your writing. You can rephrase. The AI tool can give you ideas about writing. Can give you paragraph, but you have to rephrase. Otherwise, the written paragraphs or written statement by AI, it is now detected. Now authenticate, turn it in, whatever, any plagiarism software, it could detect this AI writing. And even the journals, before they undergo technical check before proceeding the manuscript, and they find a high percentage of plagiarism, especially AI, the paper will be rejected from the beginning, before review, before sending to the reviewers. Okay, so it is very, very important point. Now, يبقى scientific writing means clarity, structure, and integrity. IMRaD is the universal structure for research communication. Always write for your leader, not yourself. It's very important. Try to write to another researcher who doesn't know anything about your point. Joe, don't try to write to other expert. You don't write to an expert in your field. Just you can write to other young researcher, to other from different any place, anywhere, and all over your country or the earth that is not expert in your research. So very important, always write for your reader, not yourself. Okay. These are the references. Actually, these are true references. I also added these Dewey numbers. If you can copy these Dewey numbers and search by these numbers, you can find the PDF of about one or two of these references. It's very good if you need more information or more training, you can use these references. At the end, I don't know, Dr. Rabia, if you will open, I can go back. It is recommended that you scan this QR code and give feedback for the workshop. And I have to go back to the Blackboard to see if there is any questions written in the chatting or not. But just try to scan this QR code to document your feedback. And this is my email, if you want email. And this is my office at Building 7, Faculty of Medicine, room 752, ground floor. For any future communication, I'm ready for any future communication. Just scan this feedback, and document this feedback.
Thank you very much, Professor Ahmed, for that insightful and inspiring presentation for us. And we truly appreciate the valuable session and experience you have shared with us today. Now,
today, actually, the workshop today was scientific based, not linguistic based, scientific based. So, I'm trying to show you some of my experience in revision, in writing, and so on. Even the detailed examples I give to you, it is from my own publications. Okay, so I'm trying to be slides. Inshallah will be shared. Inshallah, I will send the PDF to maybe Dr. Kamal or whatever the email, and then will be shared to you. Okay.
Thank you, Professor Ahmed. It was really insightful. So I hope everybody has learned something from your session.
I'm trying to read some of the questions. Shall we interpret? I don't.
Yeah, we would like to open the floor for questions. So if you have any questions, everybody, please feel free to type it in the chat box. And yeah,
the chat.
Professor Ahmed will.
I can pick up this one. We have to interpret all results in the discussion before comparing them to existing literature. No, you can interpret them before or after comparing. But you have to interpret. Okay, Dr. Athir, you have to interpret because it is very important not to just to write in the discussion that some people or some researchers write in the discussion, our study, our results, our the current findings are in accordance with or in harmony with previous studies of Kaza et al. And that's it. No, yeah, it is not enough. It's not enough. You have to refer to previous literature and then to explain why it is high, why it is low. You have to explain, to give reason for this. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Can you respond? I can just check the chat. Okay. Anyway, my email. I will share you again the slide of my email. Just anybody of you, any one of you want to ask anything, I want to meet me, it's okay to join me by email first, and then because we are very busy in meetings and in lectures and so on, because we have to give lectures for undergraduate, postgraduate students, master and PhD. So anyone who want joining for the future communication, he can join me through my email, Amer, AMEER @ku.edu.sa. Okay.
Dr. One participant have asked, can you repeat what you have said about AI and journals? This is a question from one of the participants.
Okay. Now, some researchers find it easy to ask an AI tool to write certain paragraph, or to write certain introduction, or to describe the results, and just copy and paste into their main manuscript. This is not allowed because there is plagiarism softwares like Authenticate, Turnitin, whatever. Journals can use these plagiarism softwares to detect any similarity, especially if they are of AI origin. And if the AI writing is detected in the journal, the paper will be rejected from the beginning, even before sending to the revision. Even before sending to the revision, it will be rejected. You have to use the AI as assistant to you, not as a replacement to you. You use it to assist you, not to replace you, Okay. So it is very common mistake now that you can get the output of AI, whatever the tool, directly into your publication. This is not allowed. This is not allowed at all. Okay, is that clear?
Thank you so much, Professor.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Okay. Okay. We are now done. We have done.
I think we are done, Professor Ahmed.
Okay.
So thank you very much once again. We have learned a lot today. It was a very
I'm trying to stick to your template and to send me. Okay.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Honestly, thank you very much.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.